Okay, sadly it's time to get that 8-mile road walk out of the way now. Ever get the feeling you're walking on a trail that's probably seen more cows than people on it lately? Embracing the suck! Just like old times. I do believe this is my turn. Well, that's a little better. So these guys just made my day. I've been out on a road walk all morning and they just stopped with cold drinks and made my day. Thank you so much,
You're
guys.
welcome. Awesome. Good luck, Massacres.
So what are you guys' names?
My name's Matt.
Leanna.
Oh, cool.
I go by Coach on the trail.
Okay. God, I love trail magic. And you know, sometimes the hikers do the best because they know all the things we want. He'd done parts of the AT before. And so they had, you know, cold stuff to drink right there, not cold stuff to refill my bottles. Could have had a beer, other than that probably wouldn't have helped me make my miles for the day. I love people. So if I had done the 60 last night, this area right around the trailhead is kind of where I was thinking I could probably camp if I needed to. A bunch of RVs, but nobody around. I'm walking on the road for a minute because there's supposedly a vault toilet up here, and as a thru hiker, you never skip a bathroom. And then the trail's gonna go off that way into who knows what. Probably more swamp knowing this trail. Now this is an example of something that could use some more clarification. So it says do not drink. Does that mean if I filter it, it's okay? Or just, is there something wrong with it? Apparently people have been drinking it, and I haven't heard of anybody dying. Well, you know, fair enough. I'm kind of glad I'm not drinking that. It's a little on the brown side, but minerals, maybe? Ugh. So the 60 was kind of a pain. It was really busy. There isn't a big shoulder like sometimes in the Keys. You know, I had a 4-foot bike lane. It was pretty narrow, but there was a mowed grass shoulder. Now, unfortunately, it was tilted, and because the grass was kind of deep in places, I found that I was walking slower if I was on that, so I was having to kind of constantly walk on the paved shoulder, and then when a big line of cars would come, then I'd jump off into the grass, just because I could go significantly faster on the pavement, and I wanted to get through there. So, as always, I try and avoid really early in the morning and late in the evening. That's why I didn't push on last night, because I just find that I have more sketchy encounters there. Yet again, there's what looks like a perfectly good walking surface on the other side of this fence. But over here, it's this churned up dirt, which is miserable to walk on, or uneven grass, which, you know, got to slow down a little. Beats a road. Another hunter blind. Part of me is a little tempted to go sit in the chair, but probably shouldn't. This trail has made me incredibly appreciative of shade. I've read how the AT is so much of a green tunnel you don't even need to wear sunscreen. And I have to say, after southern and now central Florida, plus the Keys, that sounds quite nice to me. Just past Goodwin Hammock. As advertised, that pitcher pump is in really bad shape. You seem to like pump forever and get a little trickle coming out of it. There was another guy there. He's actually doing a shakeout for starting the AT sometime in April. Met a couple of people doing that. So who knows? I may run into a couple of them again, assuming I make it that far. So I'd kind of like to understand why I have such bad cell reception out here. It is flat. Seems like if there was a tower within 40 miles, I should be getting bars no problem. Have I mentioned today how much I love clouds? It should be cloudy every day. So I was hoping to fill up with water for the night. This is the public boat ramp. The worst water I've ever taken, but could be better. So that's what we call a slight improvement after filtering. On the plus side, if you mix it with Gatorade or something, you mostly don't notice the tinge and the taste. So that was the Lake Jackson campground back there. It did have vault toilets and could have camped somewhere in the vicinity, but I'd rather be solo. Especially when there's very obviously people who are set up long term. Like that one tent that said, COVID-19 quarantine, do not approach. So, it's still nice out. Mosquitoes didn't seem to attack last night, so maybe I can hike a little further. Basically, just got to find someplace that suits my fancy. 22 miles today, not bad. Feet are doing better despite the roads and everything, so things march on. Cheesy burrito. Raw. I don't know if you can see them, but the mosquitoes just arrived. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and I'd actually be ready to go, but I really don't want to have to fight my way through them. So I'll hang out for another 30 minutes or so and they'll probably be gone. I can really survive the occasional road walk as long as I get camps like this. If it wasn't for the occasional gunfire, I would feel like I was out here all alone. Well, except for the wild hogs and whatever the hell else was running around this morning. Well, there's something I haven't seen a lot of. People just camped in a random area in tents. What do you know? So even with all these blazes, it is quite possible to get off the trail. Back where I saw those tents, I was walking along, following what looked like a well-established footpath. Continued along, all of a sudden I realized, hey, no blazes, and there's kind of some low vegetation across the trail. That doesn't normally happen. Check, and sure enough, right by those tents, I should have made a hard turn. This is one of those trails that would have a much harder time existing without gut hooks, I think. I mean, contour lines are pretty much useless because it's all way too flat. And there's not really anything you can take a bearing on out here. I mean, there's clumps of trees, which obviously are going to change over time. Other than that, you don't have much. And the trails are all over the place, especially in the hunting areas where ATV tracks and things crisscross. I was actually talking to that guy yesterday that's getting ready for the AT. And I was telling him how I did run into a few people on the PCT who were not using gut hooks as a point of pride. However, the only reason they were able to do that is they were constantly asking the rest of us for information like, oh, where's the next water, stuff like that. So, in effect, they were using gut hooks just secondhand. So here's the Florida Turnpike undercrossing. Out on the PCT, I spent midday in tunnels like this a couple of times because it was in the mid-90s and too hot to do much. So I just ran into these two nice people.
Yeah.
So who are you guys?
Hi, I'm Jerry.
I'm Kelly.
That's Kelly. We are Florida Trail Central Florida Chapter trail maintainers doing a day hike here in the Kissimmee area. Come to run to this young fella, taking a break, like we're taking a break.
And Central Florida is the pretty section, right?
Central Florida, yeah, you'll enjoy Bronson Forest. You'll enjoy
Central Florida East is the pretty section.
Oh yeah,
side.
don't go
Florida
west.
East.
Florida trail hikers, when you get to right here at Canoe Road, take the eastern side. You'll go through eastern side of Orlando. The Florida Trail is stunningly beautiful. I mean, you'll see it's really unique, and you're so close to you're 20 minutes from the middle of town. It's beautiful along that section. Then on the east side, once you get past Orlando and you get into the Ocala section, you'll have Alexander Springs, Juniper Springs. You can take a little side trail, Salt Springs, and you really get that's where the Florida Trail started. is in Ocala back in 1968 or 66 or something like that. So, and then you keep on going north, you got the Osceola section, and then you get to the Swanee River. And that's, you got Big Shoals, great place to overnight there, right above our Class 3 rapid in Florida. I think that we have, and there's a nice waterfall there in Robinson Creek a little bit further south.
It's a whole like 5 feet tall.
Yeah, 5-foot waterfall, a real one though.
My girlfriend would call that magical and just be amazed.
It
so
is delightful, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite pretty.
It's pretty.
It's different, it's Florida, you know.
Yeah.
And then you start heading out toward the Panhandle. You'll get to the high point of the Florida Trail, 272 feet above sea level.
Don't worry, guys. I'm ordering Diamox for it.
Yeah, make sure you high altitude stuff. You get a high altitude suntan you'll get up there. And the best part of the Florida Trail, you end up at the beach.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're heading
Yeah, I'm going north, so
Are you going to walk all the way down to Fort Pickens and then come back, or are you going to take the?
I was going to
turn
take going up
through the Blue Trail, or
to make progress.
But
Yeah, because if I went down to Fort Pickens, it would be like out and back. Unless you think it's really worth it, but
no, take a right hand turn.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, you're far enough to go.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
So-
but yeah, you should enjoy it. More people should come down the Florida Trail. The website, people would be. It's not all road walks. It's not all alligators and swamps.
Now, the people who are going to be seeing this have seen my last 10 videos, which were a lot of road walks and swamps. So it's okay, guys. It's getting way better. Look at this. We're in a forest. It's all beautiful.
Yeah, there's trees here.
Yeah, it's all good.
But good luck with your through hike all the way past
Thanks.
Canada. Are you going all the way to Saints? Was it
Cap Gaspé is what I'm hoping to get, but
Newfoundland? I think.
yeah, where you run out of land and you're in the
You
ocean.
see the ocean.
But we'll see.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
So I really enjoyed chatting with those two from the Central Florida Association, and they were able to confirm that things are just going to get better and better. So all those long dike and road walks, I mean, there's going to be road walks here and there, but just hearing all the things they're describing up ahead, I honestly can't wait. This looks like I might get rained on. Also, as of that road back there, I'm now officially going east around Orlando. So the Florida Trail has two kind of variations to it along, the main trail. One is around Okeechobee, where I went west, which seems to be the more popular. And then around Orlando, I'm going east. If I went west around Orlando, from what I hear, 56-mile road walk and a couple of pretty things, but sounds like it's a lot more what I don't like. Also, somebody wanted to meet and have a beer and talk about hiking when I went through Orlando, so you know me, I'm all for talking. Majestic animals running across the savannah. So I'm here at the entrance to Forever Florida, which is an old eco park that's apparently closed a couple of years ago. And there's another water cache. I tried to clean it up a little bit. There's about 7 gallons left, some partials, and then empties. So I'm filled up for the night. I have had plenty to drink, and now I'm going to aim for the Tracy Branch camp and see what that's like for the night. So that really looks like a zoo? Yeah, that's a big cat. Kind of a shame the power's out because this place has a lot of stuff. There's flush toilets and showers in that room. Okay, on the move again. Spent the night at Tracy Branch Camp. Nick and Liz were there. I had run into them at West River Ranch. So, not the most restful night for whatever reason. The wind was blowing and then it started raining in the middle of the night. I think I woke up at 1 o'clock and ended up watching TV shows on my phone for a couple hours. Cool thing is the caretakers from Forever Florida actually came out and brought us water that does not taste like sulfur, which is a huge treat on this trail. So that was really nice of them. Downside is there's no bathrooms at that camp. They have them. They actually have hot showers and flush toilets, but the electricity is no longer working. So I'm gonna have to find a place to stop somewhere up here. Nice little morning. So my feet have mostly been doing better the last couple of days. Well, ever since that last break. But you see this? It's those sandy sections back there. The sand works its way inside the shoe, inside the sock, and then it starts rubbing on the top, so I'm gonna have to tape it. So it seems like my hiker hunger is back with a vengeance. I've been surviving on a surprisingly little amount of food after being calibrated on the PCT. But yesterday I ate a fair amount, and then I get into my tent for dinner. I have my, huge tortilla plus a pile of cheese, eat that, still starving. Ate a bunch of Chex Mix, still starving. Ate some other stuff. Okay, I'm not stuffed, but I'm full. Woke up in the middle of the night, had to eat another bar. So I may have to adjust my food around a little. That last resupply at West River Ranch really was not ideal. So, ideally if I'm going to a store, I'm gonna have a little heartier stuff anyway for the weight. But just another, I think 60 miles or so to Christmas. Breezy day today. Hey guys, I think there might be some wild hogs in this area. What do you think? It's like the third snake I've seen today. Come on, guy, out of here. So I assume the water in this section gets a lot deeper. But somebody nicely built all these bridges. A few of them have seen better days. So I haven't had to get my feet wet yet. And the ground's wet on either side, but it really looks like it's been drying out recently. I've heard cypress has been dropping quite a bit also. Okay, I've got a decision to make here. I was going to push out on the road, but it looks like there is a cold wind alert going out. It's going to be kind of nasty tonight, and I don't have a guaranteed spot to stay for at least 10, 11 miles. And I really wanted to push forward. I've also debated getting a ride into town, but it turns out that's going to be significantly cheaper if I wait a day or two. At least get to the north end of this big road walk. Damn, I hate wasting time. So I'm at 296. I really want to push onto this road walk, but I don't like what the weather seems to be doing, and it's supposed to be really cold and windy tonight. So I think I'm going to find a protected spot to bed down and do it in the morning. Temperature's dropping fast, so new plan. No plan survives contact with the enemy, right? I'm going to hunker down here at 296. I'm near the camp. I'm giving Liz and Nick the camp, and I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to dive in my tent because it's cold. Tomorrow I'm going to get as much of the road walk done as I can. Depending how it goes, I'll probably stealth tomorrow night along Nova Road, maybe 20 miles away. And then the next morning I'll walk the last part of the road, get to the trailhead, and then I'll go into Cocoa from there.